Meanwhile, all nightlife establishments, over 400 of them that had pivoted to F&B outlets, will have their operations suspended until July 30th. These establishments will be individually notified about the suspension. During this period, all staff of these places will be tested and safe management measure protocols will be inspected. These measures must be properly implemented before they are allowed to resume operations. Vice President of the Singapore Nightlife Business Association, Nathan Thiagarajan, joins me now. Welcome to the show, Nathan. Nathan, SMBA has had ongoing discussions with its members since the KTV cluster emerged. Can you share more on their reactions?
Yes, I think when the case started early in the week, we've sent a circular out to all our members and we've had some general inquiries coming in. I think the sentiment on the nightlife section, especially those that have pivoted, there's a lot of anger and disappointment, what has caused this outbreak from a few errant operators. And this has set back a lot of our plans to safely work with the authorities and to resume business in a very, very safe manner during this pandemic period. However, this has set back our plans quite a fair bit.
Nathan, Minister Lawrence Wong said, quote, "The onus is very much now on the Nightlife Association and its members to show that they can get their act together." What are the plans that your association and members have?
Yeah, so I can understand the minister's tone that's taken because this is a serious issue. Just to put things into perspective, the Singapore Nightlife Business Association officially has about 300 members. During the COVID period, we were asked to step up to lead the program for exit grants and for pivot plans. Now, in that pivot plan, there's 400, not all our members, especially those that are from the KTV section. But we are in charge of the pivot plan, so we facilitate everyone that's in the nightlife sector. So out of that 400, you have about 60 KTV operators that are in this pivot program. And there are also family KTVs in there. So this is about 15% of all those that have pivoted. But, when you look at errant operators, maybe you can go as high as 20, but we still have 80%. That we believe are doing well and that we've got to continue supporting them because they've got businesses to run and they've got their staff and Singaporean jobs and livelihoods to protect as well. So I think moving forward, obviously, we'll work with the agencies and the authorities closely, but we will work very closely with everyone in the pivot program to make sure that, everyone is clear on the SMMs. And we'll do our best to try and make sure that errant operators do not get onto this program.
Right. And talking about errant operators, Nathan, help us understand how much control, so to speak, does SMBA have over KTVs? How far can your association go in monitoring that outlets don't flout the rules?
Actually, based on that question, we have very little control. The KTV themselves have a KTV association that was set up perhaps during the COVID period. SNBA is more established. We've been around 7-8 years. And the nightlife sector is a very, very big sector. Now, in this pivot program, besides 15% being KTV, you've got a small percentage of nightclubs, there are discos, there are bars, there are pubs. There are a lot of other variations into that. So our control, KTV specific, is not there. It's not present. We do work with the KTV associations when something comes up. And in this case, because it's the pivot program, we will be in the front line and supporting the government and the authorities to see how we can quickly settle this issue and try to get the good operators back into the program 2 weeks from today.
Right. Nathan, of course, earlier on, the task force is coming down hard on nightlife sector, mainly on the KTV as well. Our colleague David San spoke to people familiar with the KTV scene who said hostess services will only move underground. How can SMBA work more closely with authorities to make sure enforcement is better, since we've seen that regulations alone aren't sufficient?
I think the SNBA's relationship with the agencies and the authorities are very good, very strong. This COVID period has stretched us a year and a half now, and it's not going away anytime soon. We're working towards endemic. We're looking at businesses and livelihoods, like I said again. So our relationship and our working format is good. Now, as far as activities going underground, we are prepared, if approached by the authorities, to share any information that any of our members can provide. However, that lead has to come from the authorities, and we are always present to help in any way we can as an association.
Well, thank you so much, Nathan, for your time and for coming on to the show. That was Nathan Tiagarajan, VP of the Singapore Nightlife Business Association.